Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. It's no longer news that the bill to strip the vice president of Nigeria, governors of states in Nigeria, of immunity has actually passed the second reading, and Nigerians are reacting over it seriously. And right now, let me just give you an idea who was behind the bill. Interestingly, it came from Rivers State. That's a Rivers State lawmaker was the one behind him, talking about Solomon Bob. And according to him, he says that the bill is seeking the amendment of Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution to guard against abuse of office and to ensure transparency in governance. So the bill here is for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to qualify the immunity conferred on the president, remove the immunity conferred on the vice president, the governors, and their deputies in order to curb corruption, eradicate impunity, and enhance accountability in public office and for related matters. And right now it has gone past the second reading. Nigerians have been screaming and they feel that this is absolutely wrong and out of place. We're going to be considering exactly the position of Shehu Sani and also a university don. Both of them talked about it, and the big question is, if you're about to make such move, does the president not abuse the powers conferred on him? Why should he still keep it? That's the big question they're asking now. First of all, let me give you a brief of what these two strong personalities have to say about that particular bill. Political scientists, civil rights activists, and politicians have all weighed in on the matter, arguing that since the president and vice president are usually elected on a joint ticket, both should also enjoy the same privileges. Dr. Aminu Hayatu, a senior lecturer in the Department of Political Science at Bayero University, Kano, and Shehu Sani, a human rights activist and former senator from Kaduna, have both expressed concern about the proposed amendment. They argue that any proposal to remove immunity must apply to both the president and the vice president. Now, this is what one of them had to say. He said, it is good for the president. What is good for the president is also good for the vice president. They maintain that any attempt to strip the vice president of immunity while sparing the president undermines the joint nature of their election and create an inconsistency in the law. The bill, which was passed for second reading in the House of Representatives on Wednesday, seeks to amend Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution to remove immunity from the vice president, governors, and deputy governor. The bill was among 42 other considered and passed during a plenary session presided over by the Deputy Speaker Benjamin Okezie Kalu earlier. The House has already passed 39 Constitution Amendment Bill for second reading. The bill, which was sponsored by Representative Solomon Bob, Rivers State PDP, aimed to curb abuse of office and promote transparency in governance. It seeks to amend Section 308 by limiting immunity to the president and only when the vice president is acting in the capacity of the president in accordance with Section 148 of the Constitution. And the position of the university don, Dr. Hayatu, she criticized the bill for singling out the vice president while sparing the president. And she asked a question, why are you isolating someone that is also a party to the ticket? He emphasized that both positions are elected together and should be treated equally. In his words, he says, what we need to focus on is whether the executive should maintain that privilege of immunity or not. Shehu Sani also expressed his disagreement with the proposal, taking to his verified X handle, and this is what he wrote. He says that the positive aspect of the removing immunity for VP and governors is that nobody will be above the law. The negative aspect of it is that it can be used to witch hunt exactly the VPs and the governors. If a VP should have no immunity, whoever is the president should not have it also. He also called on Nigerians to ensure or to engage with the issue before it becomes too late, urging them to show interest in it. That's talking about the proposed amendment bill. Nigerians have been reacting to it, and it's quite disturbing to hear these things happen. I always want us to see things from this perspective, and which is, what is the intention of this bill? Political hawks, all of them have representative in House of Assembly. So you realize that they are not doing anything there to help, to help the people. The thing is that they are in there to make sure that the desire of those political hawks who send them in there is fulfilled. Now, how can we remote control a governor? How can we secure the loyalty of a governor to his godfather? So the godfather will sit back. He doesn't go into too much politicking. What he does, he controls, he just roll through the governor. So what he does is, he will be responsible for those who goes into Senate, for those who also go into other positions, and also the governorship position. So in the event of any of those guys messing up, he will now just, gang up against the person, and then left, right, center, they kick out the person, they strip him of immunity, and all of that. My colleague is in the house. This is quite disturbing, I must say. Yes, we've been hearing of executive rascality, but we know that if this must be taken care of, it should be, according to Buhari, from top to bottom. But right now, singling out the governors and the executive governor, I think these guys, they also have immunity. The senators, they have immunity. They didn't talk about their own. But they're pointing fingers as executives because they know that the guy that sent them there is feeling bad that some of the governors are not living according to his expectation. What's your standpoint on all of this?
We are not calling a spade a spade. Now, let's look at it in reality, what we are facing. A constitution was created, they talked about it, they brainstormed, and this was what they brought out. Immunity for all executives, both governors and the president. Now, president made a move that brought an outcry. Suspending an elected governor with his immunity clause was unprecedented. Now, that is executive rascality taken too far. But now they want to pass a bill giving him extra powers, where he has the right to fire EFCC. Anybody he likes.
Yes.
If I tell you to do this for me, refuse. There's already immunity. Yeah. Check his file.
Yes.
Or sit the EFCC can move you out.
Yes.
We are not equals.
Yes.
I am more equal than you are. Now, the seat of the president is not only the highest now, it's probably the best in the world.
Exactly.
Where you live like a god. The immunity covers only you in the executive arm. Which means if a thief finds his way into that seat, it's immune for life.
Immune for life.
Now, with the way this thing is going, I am not very sure. I'm just speaking my mind, and I'm entitled to my opinion. The way this is going on, I am not sure that before now to 2027, we will not upturn the whole constitution to suit the very corrupt, such that they would begin to rule and literally rule for life. With this level of Senate, we are saying, before 2027 election, we can even see them move. They may say it's one time 6 years. Then after a while, they will bring third tenure.
Yes.
They've started doing it. Then after third tenure, we could be saying for life. If it's good, why don't you just keep him there? The next thing we hear is, why change a winning team? Then the next thing, a president that probably came in with the hope of just 2 terms will do 1 term, do 6 years 1 term, and do probably for life. And what we heard in Cameroon become normal in Nigeria. As usual, like Wike will say, heaven will not fall. Nigerians are known to say, hey, we are just. Now, bit by bit, they are tweaking the constitution, but not tweaking it in the favor of the people.
The people are not even.
Now, the senators will not have any problem with that because their immunity is still intact. Mm-hmm. Because if we are to look, let's all remove all immunity, Nigerians themselves will be the one to file. A lot of the politicians there seated there have a lot of case files in the EFCC. It is the likes of Sowore and human rights activists, they will move on, but they have already given them immunity whereby until I come out, and they will not come out. And as usual in our own way in Nigeria, God passed them. But all of this, I would say, all started with Fubara, allowing something that is unconstitutional to happen. Now they tested it and it tasted like pure bliss. Imagine being democratically elected and yet living like a military, a tyrant. As in, imagine you being elected executive and you give orders like a military man and it's being obeyed and the law backs you. Now, who is that activist that will come and tell you it's against the law? It is now constitutional.
Of course.
So everybody will do everything to become the president of Nigeria.
Of course.
Whatever we saw.
Tip of the iceberg.
The money that 2027, well, Nigeria is going to probably be, if you continue this film, see, the only people that will save Nigeria is actually Nigerians. Forget this whole issue of saying you want to go and call NNPC, you want to go and call NAFDAC, you want to go and call INEC, you want to go and call USID. Yeah, they have their issues. Face it. Are you not the people that elected them? You cannot remove them. Find a way around it.
Oh, well, that's where we like to leave it. Candid advice, not even good to bring in a woman as a governor, or because whenever such people are in these positions, these kind of ideas will start coming up.